doing Wilt Chamberlain type stuff now.
Nikola Jokic isn't just leading the MVP race, he's basically taking the whole league hostage this season. His numbers look almost unreal, nearly 30 a night, snagging rebounds like it's routine, dishing out 11+ assists like a full-time point guard, and doing it all with a level of efficiency that barely seems legal. It honestly feels like he's playing a completely different game than everyone else. But once you look at the records, things get even crazier. Jokic is posting a PER of 37.0, the highest single-season mark in NBA history, higher than Giannis, higher than Wilt, higher than anything he's ever put up before. That's not just greatness, that's a brand new benchmark the entire league has to chase. And when you check efficiency among players scoring over 30 a game, Jokic sits at number 1 there as well. Jokic owns the crown for the most efficient 30-point season in NBA history, surpassing Curry, Giannis, and Adrian Dantley, and he moves through that elite territory like it's routine. The dominance doesn't slow down, either. Jokic already ranks top 3 all-time in triple-doubles, sitting just behind Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson, and he keeps adding more almost every week. He's also perched at number 1 in league history in win shares per 48 minutes, ahead of Michael Jordan, David Robinson, LeBron James, and Wilt Chamberlain. That stat reflects total impact, and Jokic stands alone at the top. Scroll any leaderboard this season and his name shows up constantly. Rebounds, assists, total boards, defensive rebounds, assist percentage, offensive rating, win shares, box plus minus, every list features him near or at the top. You're practically searching just to find anything he isn't leading, and even that becomes difficult.
Every 100 possessions that he's on the court, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. I'm going to try to keep it under control. Every 100 possessions he's on the court, the Nuggets are scoring 151 points. Every 100 possessions he's on the court defensively, the Nuggets are giving up 104 points. That means every 100 possessions he's out there, the Nuggets are outscoring the opposition by 47 points. Okay?
This isn't just some MVP campaign. This is one of those rare, historic seasons fans will still bring up decades from now. The kind of year future stars point to and say, yeah, that Jokic season was unbelievable. And when a player starts shattering records non-stop and outclassing legends without even looking stressed, the narrative around him naturally starts getting louder, too. Because once you fully grasp how unprecedented Jokic's production has been, everything happening in Denver suddenly feels far more threatening. Honestly, the entire league might not be prepared for what's coming next. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything that drops. Every year, there's one showdown that exposes a team's true identity, and this season, that moment is already starting to take shape. Denver's real identity showed the moment they matched up with Houston, the kind of wake-up call every contender eventually gets. The Rockets have been one of the hardest teams to deal with all season, so rolling into their arena without Aaron Gordon, who went down almost instantly, and without Christian Braun should have been a huge red flag. A road environment, an NBA Cup-style crowd, everything pointing to a classic trap game. But Denver didn't blink. They didn't just escape with a lucky finish. They controlled the floor, dictated the pace, absorbed every punch Houston tried to land, and looked exactly like that calm, seasoned powerhouse the entire Western Conference prayed would stay dormant this year. This wasn't about matchups or individual assignments. It exposed just how polished and dangerous Denver still is. Houston usually only needs 2 things to wreck your plans: defensive pressure and rhythm disruption, and Denver refused to let either one take over.
Jokic is doing stuff. It's wild, man. He's shooting 78% on 2-pointers. 78.
Yeah, that's a high.
Okay? He's leading the league in rebounds. He's leading the league in assists.
Everything, Denver mirrored Houston stride for stride, limiting the Rockets to 12 points in the opening quarter, enduring Reed Shepherd's 27-point burst, battling through Houston's 17 offensive rebounds, and still staying composed when the pressure tightened. The matchup essentially came down to 3 core factors, beginning with Denver flipping that secret defensive gear they touch only when it truly matters. Even with Houston relentlessly pounding the glass, Denver held them to 7 for 17 on second-chance attempts, forced tough mid-range looks, rotated with precision, and shut down any chance of Shepherd's heater becoming a full takeover. The second factor was Nikola Jokic decoding every tactic Houston tried as if he were solving a puzzle. He poured in 34 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, and dished 9 assists, yet even those numbers failed to capture how fully he dictated the game from start to finish tonight. Every mid-range look they dared him to take, he buried without flinching. Anytime Jamal Murray struggled to find a rhythm, Jokic slowed the whole pace down and kept Denver balanced. He even matched up with Sengun straight up and delivered the biggest sequences when the pressure finally hit. It was one of those nights where you could actually watch the best player on the court pull the entire matchup into his own flow. And if you're locked in with this breakdown, hit that subscribe because more is coming. The third factor that closed the door was Denver's championship-tested composure, the kind you only build through real wars and real pressure games. Houston kept firing run after run, searching for the slightest opening to swing momentum. Denver never cracked for even a moment. They moved like a unit that's lived through these moments countless times because they have. That experience surfaced on every possession. When a team survives a night like this on the road, down 2 starters and battling everything going sideways, it tells you exactly what level they're still operating on.
Denver has a man who is playing at the absolute peak of his powers. And so nothing can be taken away from him. And Denver has the number 2 defense in the league.
It reveals something deeper about what this team truly is at its core. Nights like this don't just appear out of nowhere. They happen because a superstar like Jokic knows exactly when to take control and precisely how to dictate every detail of the game's rhythm. And everything Nikola Jokic delivered in this matchup is the same level of domination he's been showing all year. He's controlling the league again with numbers that almost look fake. 29.5 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, nearly 2 steals, and shooting an absurd 69% on effective field goal percentage. Those are straight-up video game numbers. He's still the smoothest playmaker in basketball while also ranking among the most efficient scorers alive. Hitting 41% from deep, drilling mid-range jumpers like warm-ups, knocking down 66% from 3 to 10 feet and 67% from 10 to 16 feet. Every shot looks automatic. And with his size, polished footwork, and total composure off the dribble, defenders rarely have anything that truly bothers him. He gets to every spot he wants, takes every shot he favors, and converts them at nearly 70%. There's simply no defensive scheme built to stop someone that precise. Because of that, his offensive impact is getting outrageous. Denver scores an extra 22.4 points per 100 possessions when he's on the floor, which is 99th percentile dominance. And their net rating jumps to plus 24 whenever he's out there. That level of control shows something deeper about who they really are. Nights like this don't happen randomly. They happen because a superstar like Jokic knows exactly when to take over and exactly how to manage every part of the game. And everything Nikola Jokic delivered in this matchup is exactly what he's been doing all year. He's dominating the league again with numbers that look almost unreal. 29.5 points, 13 boards, 11 assists, nearly 2 steals, and shooting an absurd 69% on effective field goal percentage. Those are straight video game numbers. He's still the smoothest playmaker in the NBA while also being one of the most efficient scorers anywhere. Hitting 41% from 3, drilling mid-range jumpers like warm-ups, hitting 66% from 3 to 10 feet and 67% from 10 to 16 feet. Those shots look automatic. And with his size, slick footwork, and calm control off the bounce, defenders barely have anything meaningful to throw at him. He steps right into the spots he wants, takes the shots he prefers, and hits them at nearly 70%. There's simply no defensive scheme built to stop a player that precise. Because of that, his offensive impact is getting insane. Denver scores an extra 22.4 points per 100 possessions when Jokic is on the court. That's 99th percentile dominance. And their net rating jumps to plus 24 with him out there. He's become the reliable anchor holding the entire defensive structure together, and that matters way more than any flashy chase-down block people love to hype up. And sure, he already has 3 MVP trophies sitting at home, but if he keeps playing at this level, it's tough to imagine anyone else taking it this year. He's leading a top seed in a brutal Western Conference, putting up what's basically a 30-point triple-double on 70% efficiency while actually impacting the game on defense. That makes his MVP case almost impossible to argue against. And here's the crazy part. This version of Jokic feels different because Denver finally fixed 2 of their biggest issues from last season. Somehow the Nuggets turned both weaknesses into real strengths, and nobody's giving it the attention it deserves. The most slept-on part of Denver's season is how locked in they've been on defense from day one. All off-season and training camp, the Nuggets kept saying they wanted to boost their defensive energy and climb into that top 10 range. And they're actually backing it up. This whole shift has been happening quietly, but it's a massive reason why Denver looks dangerous again. And don't forget to subscribe if you're feeling the breakdown. And honestly, nobody knew if Denver actually had the right mix to pull this off. But they didn't just crack the top 10. They jumped all the way into the top 5, sitting 5th in the entire NBA in defensive rating and holding teams to 112. 2 points per 100 possessions. They've been forcing opponents way under their usual scoring numbers. And their point of attack defense looks way tighter than last year. The rotations look cleaner, sharper, and way more organized, and Jokic is protecting the rim with the exact timing and discipline you want from a real defensive anchor. When you watch the film, it jumps out instantly. His reads are elite, like this rotation right here where Jokic slides over and shuts down that baseline pass.